Lil Jay. Grew up here in San Antonio, native here, lived here my whole life. Got an older brother and an older sister, and got my moms and my pops, you know, they're big supporters. They've watched me grow and they've always been my biggest fans. I want to say I was like every other kid in love with music. So I was 12 years old. I wanted to be the next Justin Bieber. And you know, everybody has those dreams. In 7th grade, took choir classes. I got a vocal coach. You know, I did anything I could to be that big artist I wanted to be. But as it turned out, I had to come to realization like, yo, this music shit's not for me. Here I am in 6th grade. I remember teen nights. Teen nights are really popular, and I was a promoter. I would go around the local high schools and pass out flyers for teen nights, and I'd always get made fun of because I was a promoter and that wasn't the cool thing, so people would make fun of me. I was making money being a promoter, and you know, I got my come up, and then I was like, I'm 16 years old, you know, what can I do next to evolve? What can I do next? I met this guy named Sascha. Sascha is a big icon to me, and he had this thing called Score More. So I started selling tickets through this organization called Score More, and it was a big part of my come up. We did Kendrick Lamar, Big Sean, ASAP Ferg. The list goes on, and you know, everybody would buy tickets for me. I was a ticket plug. And so that goes back into, you know, how I got the gig with Logic. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I sold maybe 100 tickets for that show. You know, I was a young kid walking around getting stuff done. And he asked me like, yo, like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, you know, I sell tickets and I do artist hospitality. I was like, so do you need anything? I asked him, I was like, you need any weed or, you know, bitches or, you know, and it's funny because Complex did a little write up on me, you know, how I got the job of being Logic's assistant. You know, from that day on, he liked my hustle. He was like, yo, you know, I don't know who you are or what you do, but I love it. He told me, you know, graduate high school and I'm gonna give you a job one day. And he was like, yeah, he was like, motherfucker, I'm gonna give you my number, but you better not call me or text me. You let me know when you graduate. I remember I posted my diploma on Twitter and Logic DM'd me and he was like, call me next week, I'm gonna call you when I get back from Europe. It was surreal. I remember talking to him and his manager, and to me it didn't make any sense, but I always knew like this is what I really wanted. He always told me, I'm not moving out here to, you know, so you can work for me forever. I'm moving out here so you can be a boss one day. He gave me opportunities that I could never forget and made me who I am today. Here I am, you know, I think I want to say I'm in Canada, and Logic comes to me on the tour bus, and next thing you know, he tells me, you know, I'm gonna have to let you go. He was like, I'm gonna put you on a flight back home to Texas tomorrow. And the thing about Logic, he doesn't sugarcoat nothing. You know, he tells you how it is. And he was like, you're too much of a boss for this specific job. He was like, I'm gonna bring you back home and I'm gonna let you be there for 2 weeks and you figure out, you know, what's next for you and what you wanna do. And so that was the turning point for me. And I remember on the flight back home, it hit me in the face. I didn't really have much to say. I was lost. I was trying to figure out what I did wrong, but when I really did nothing wrong, it was just Bobby Logic telling me that I was a boss and that there was something more for me down the road. Bye. I remember going to this popular store here in San Antonio, and there was a kid, I want to say, he was doing a meet and greet, and there was about 500 kids going crazy for this one specific kid, and I was like, yo, what's going on? Who is this kid? Whoever he is, I need to find out who he is today. I was like, this kid's a star. I found out who he was, and it was Blake. I sent him a message on Instagram, and I was like, yo, I don't know who you are, but I was like, you're a star. I can see it, you're a star. I was like, I need to meet with you. I don't need to manage you. I want to take this meeting with you. I want to help you. I met him at the studio, and I was like, I know I could do a lot of things for him, but I was like, I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna show you. And here I am a year later managing him, and he just signed his first record deals. It's all because of his hard work and dedication. Every day I get people that hit me up like, oh, I want to work for you, or I look up to you, or you're my role model. And it's kind of crazy to me because I still see myself as this young kid, 21 years old, trying to get it. But I always told myself that one day that I'm going to be the next Diddy, or I'm going to be the next Khaled, or the next Hove, or Scooter Braun. Those are big inspirations to me. And I always told myself one day I'm going to be better than them. I'm going to do it because I'm telling myself I can do it. You know, you could be anything you want to be, but as soon as you say but, that's when, you know, it all fails. It's all in front of you. You just got to go out there and make it happen. Make it happen.